Welcome back, everyone. In our last video, I showed you how to solve the pink 2x2x2 cube. This cube we're looking at right here is scrambled in exactly the same way that we left off at the end of our last video. You are welcome to solve the rest of this 2x2x2x2 puzzle using the step 3 that we learned in our previous video, where you just solve the entire purple 2x2x2 using RKT turns, where you grab 3 layers and you rotate, and you grab the opposite layer and you rotate, and you just keep doing that until this guy is solved. But in the rest of this video, we're just going to talk about the special cases that can arise while you are doing step 2, while you are trying to solve the pink 2x2x2. Here's our first special case. In this scramble, we've got all the pinks and purples on the outsides, and now we are about to start making the 2x2x2 that's pink. I'm going to focus on this piece that's already here in this position. It's got pink on the outside, of course. We've got white there face up, and then this color right here, that's the one we focus on, is blue. And so we do an R2, which of course puts the piece that was here back here. Blue is now facing the back side. So now let's find the other white, pink, blue piece. Well, oh no, it turns out it's right there. So let's put it back. And the problem is that when we move this white, pink, blue piece downstairs, its partner, which is right here, moves along with it. When you do that R2, both of these pieces are tied together, and so they both move down. And so we need to first separate these two pieces from each other. It's quite straightforward to do. We're just going to do an RKT turn to separate these two pieces. Now, since we haven't solved anything in the bottom 2x2 yet, it doesn't make any difference what the bottom looks like right now. I just want to separate these two pieces. Again, there's the other one that's blue, and we're just going to do an RKT turn. Really what I want to do is just take these middle two layers and rotate them clockwise as we're looking down from the top. I'm going to rotate 3 layers clockwise. So these are the two pieces now that I'm trying to separate. But to pay for it, you got to rotate the other layer counterclockwise, and just like that, we've got the pieces separated. There's the one pink, white, blue. There's the other pink, white, blue right here. And so proceeding as usual, now we're ready to pair them. So we put this guy down in the bottom by doing an R2. And now when it comes back, it's going to come right here. White is going to be face up, so let's take this guy right here, put white face up, put it right next to where the other guy is going to come. Of course, blue is going to match when that blue shows up right here. And that's how we make this pair. We'll put them both in the right-hand side, put them down in the bottom with an R2, and then we would put them in the left-hand slot for safekeeping. Next special case, we're now looking for the opposite color. We had pink, white, blue. Now we're looking for pink, white, green, opposite to the blue. It turns out that both of the pink, white, green pieces are also in the bottom. They happen to get dragged down already. So there's one of them, and then the other one is back here. So pink, white, green, and then pink, white, green. So I can't work with them when they're down there, so how do I bring them upstairs? Well, we just do an R2, right? Like, that's not going to mess up anything we've solved already. So we do R2, and just like that, both the pink, white, green pieces are now available to us. There's the other one. Next special case, let's go ahead and focus on this pink, white, green. It's right here, this guy right there. So we're going to put it up here, and again, we always need to make it so that the green, the color opposite the first one we solved, blue is there, so we solve green next. Green either needs to be facing here, or if we put the piece back here, it needs to be facing the back side. We never want green to be facing the right side in this case, so it doesn't belong here, it belongs right here. So we're about to do an R2, which is going to put this pink, white, green piece down here. Where is the other pink, white, green piece? Well, actually, it's right there. And when we do the R2, it's going to go down in the bottom. So here it goes, R2, pink, white, green is right here. That's the one we're focused on. I'd really love to put the pink, white, green remaining up here so that it partners up, but I can't, it's down here. So let's bring both of these pieces back up to the top with the R2. And just like before, we need to separate these pieces. And just like before, we're gonna do it with an RKT turn, an axial twist. So, focusing on the solve stuff, now we've got to worry about not messing up this blue pair. Well, if we do an axial twist just like this, is not going to mess up the blue pair. So I can do it right now. Again, these are the two pieces that I want to solve. So let's go ahead and make this guy go, these 2 layers are going to go 90 degrees that way, like counterclockwise as you're looking from the top. That's going to separate these two. So top 3 layers counterclockwise, U prime, top layer clockwise. Here's the pink, white, green piece that we were focused on. The other one used to be here, but now it is safely moved over here. It is now on the left-hand side of the puzzle. So when I do an R2 right now, this guy right here will not go down accidentally. So there's the one that we're going to solve in a moment. Green is facing away. Now we're going to bring the other pink, white, green piece up here. white on top. Green will necessarily go in the right spot to match its partner. So when we do the R2 to bring this one back, they match up. Put them both on the right-hand side and then do the R2 just like that. And there's the one layer done. Let's rotate it so it's on the left-hand side. Okay, moving on to the next special case, which is going to look exactly like the other special cases we've seen. Let's focus on this piece right here, pink, yellow, green, orange. I need the yellow to be on top. I'll hold it just like this. So now it's yellow on top. Green is the sticker we're focused on. Has nothing to do with the fact that we started over here with green and blue. You can choose orange if you wanted to. But if you want to focus on orange here, you can't have it facing the right-hand side. That's no good. You would need to put this piece right here in the front right, not in the back right. And then you can focus on orange. But just to generate, artificially generate this special case, we're going to pick green. It's back that way. Let's do the R2 to put that piece down here in the bottom. And now we're looking for the other pink, yellow, green corner. And it turns out, sadly for us, that it is right here. It's on the bottom cube already. It's this guy, pink, yellow, green. Okay, let's do the R2 to bring them both back up to the top. So why did that happen? All right, here was the piece we were focused on, pink, yellow, green. And its partner is right there, pink, yellow, green. So of course, when we do the R2, they're both going to go downstairs together. I need to separate them. I need to do another RKT, another axial twist. So I want to get this guy out of the right-hand layer. So let's move the middle two layers here that way, 90 degrees clockwise as you're looking at it from the top. But if I do that right now, if I do my axial twist right now, that is going to mess up all of this beautiful white stuff. If I do 3 layers that way, white is no longer solved. So let's put that back. So here we actually have to pay attention and do one simple little step before we do the axial twist. We need to take all of that solved white stuff and put it face up. We are attaching it to the layer that we're about to turn. We're trying to turn this D layer here on the bottom cube. So we attach it to that layer just like that. Now, when I do my axial twist, the white stuff is going to rotate, but it's not going to get separated. It's not going to get unsolved. Okay, one more time. Remember, it's this piece right here, yellow, pink, green, that we are trying to separate from this yellow, pink, green right here. We're going to move the middle 2 layers that way, 90 degrees clockwise from the top. So we really need to turn 3 layers clockwise, and then the top layer counterclockwise. The original pink, yellow, green is this one. It is still there, but now the other pink, yellow, green is separated. So when I do my R2, now this piece will go down the way that it's supposed to, and this one will not accidentally come along for the ride. But do not do the R2 right now, because if you do, you mess up all the beautiful white stuff. So before we go back and do the R2, we got to put the white solved pieces on the left-hand side. Now we can do R2. That's going to bring this piece all the way down to the bottom, just like that. And now the other piece that we had saved is right here. So we need the yellow face up, and the other guy is going to come right back here. Green is going to be that way, so we need this one to be here. There it is. Green is facing the back just like it should. We do R2. And now we've got our green, yellow, pink pair solved. Put it on the right-hand side, R2 to put it downstairs for safekeeping, just like that. The final special case is the trickiest one, but it's exactly the same concept as all of the special cases that we've seen. Now that we've gone as far as we can with saving stuff in the bottom, we've got all 4 white pieces solved, 1 yellow pair solved. We can't do any more R2s here, so the rest of solving the final 2 pink yellow pieces is to do RKT turns, only turns up here on the top cube, which is now mostly purple. So what we really love is for both of the remaining pink pieces to be up here. There's one of them, but gang, the other one isn't there. Where is it? Well, it's here. It just got dragged down. When we did our last R2, we had our yellow pair ready to go down. When we did R2, we accidentally brought this pink piece down, and now it is not available for us in the top cube. It's right here in the bottom cube. So I'm going to teach you how to solve this special case by using an algorithm, but really it should be intuitive if you practice and really think about what's happening here. It's also quite awkward to even write it as an algorithm, but here it goes as an algorithm. You find the 1 pink piece that's in the top layer. You move it to either of these spots right here by rotating the entire top cube. So I'll put it there. It doesn't make any difference. Yellow is not face up right now. It makes no difference. Just put the 1 pink piece here on the right-hand side. Then we do an R2, which is going to bring both our solved pair up and the remaining pink piece up. And it's going to put the other pink piece in the bottom 2x2x2. So here we go. All right. So we don't want to mess up the solved pair. We do want to get this thing out of the right-hand layer because we're about to put this solved pair back downstairs with an R2. So we really need to move this thing out of the right-hand layer. And this guy here, this pink one, is just down in the bottom for safekeeping. So I need to separate the pair from this pink piece. I need this pink piece out of the right-hand layer, so I want the middle 2 layers to go that way. So it's going to be a U prime, a counterclockwise twist, 90 degrees. But just so that I can write this algorithmically, I'm going to say, let's just do the middle 2 layers 180 degrees. That way it doesn't make any difference which way you go. All right, so we're about to do a 180 degree twist of the middle 2 layers. So we're going to do like the top 3 layers twice, 180 degrees. But that's going to mess up the white stuff that we have here. So just like before, we take the white stickers and we put them touching the top cube, just like that. Now, when we do our top 3 layers, we're not going to mess up anything in the white. It's going to rotate, but it won't get unsolved. So one more time, we are trying to get this pink piece right here out of the right-hand side. We're going to do that by moving the 2 middle layers 180 degrees, twisting them 180 degrees. This pink piece right here is going to end up rotating around and coming right here. So top 3 layers, 180 degrees. Top 1 layer, 180 degrees. The solved yellow pair is back where it started. The other pink piece is right over here, safely out of the right-hand layer. And now we're about to do R2 to put these 2 back downstairs, but we don't want to do R2 right now because that would mess up our white layer. So just like before, we put the white layer on the left-hand side. That's the safekeeping location. Doesn't make any difference how we put it on the left-hand side. Any of these is fine. But we did put a pink piece right down here. So I guess we did it like that. We put a pink piece right down here so that when we do the R2 to solve this yellow pair, at least to put that solved yellow pair in the bottom, this final pink piece will come up to the top 2x2x2 cube, and it'll be close enough to the other pink piece that we can solve them both. So R2 puts the yellow pair down there. Of course, the whites are not messed up. And now finally, the 2 pink pieces are right there, and we're ready to solve them by doing the RKT stuff that I mentioned before. Just because doing this final RKT thing to solve the remaining 2 pink pieces can be a little bit tricky, I'll show you this example. But let's go ahead and pretend that this yellow, pink, blue piece is solved. I'm focusing on blue here because it's the opposite of the green that's already solved. So we're going to treat this yellow, pink, blue piece as being solved, and we're going to get the other yellow, pink, blue piece to be right next to it. So where is it supposed to go? Is it supposed to go here or is it supposed to go here? Well, remember, we solved green already, so we got to focus on blue, and the blue right here is there. It's solved. It is fixed. So that means that the other pink blue piece is supposed to go right there. That blue should be right there. So if it's easy enough to get the yellow sticker of the unsolved piece to be on the top, then sometimes I'll just do that by default. So here, again, this yellow piece we're considering solved. We're going to get the other yellow piece to be up on top by doing an R prime. It's going to put this guy right up there. Attach the white stickers to that right-hand side face. Again, that's the sticker we're doing R prime on. So we do 3 layers R prime, 1 layer R. Now that this yellow sticker is up here on the top, again, there's the blue, it should be easy enough to get it to be right next to this guy. You might have to turn the top to get it in position. It's already in position. When we do an L2, this blue sticker is going to rotate right around and go right there where it's supposed to go. And of course, the yellow will go down on the bottom. So we're doing an L2 right now. Again, attaching the whites. So L2 focusing on this piece right here, but with 3 layers, and then L2 with 1 layer. And just like that, we've got our pair. Let's go ahead and orient this bottom cube. Remember, we want the 4 solved white stickers facing left. You want the solved yellow pair to be on the bottom. That goes like that. That looks good. And then the other 2x2x2, we want to find the yellow pair that we just solved, put it up here in the top left, so that when we do R2, which will bring these pieces up here, it'll match perfectly with the other yellow pair. Just like that. We'll put it sideways, and we'll do an R2, which will bring these yellows opposite the whites. In this case, I don't need to do anything. This sticker right here is already opposite, which means when I do R2, the opposite color is going to end up right over here. So it's going to be these reds, which end up right there. If it didn't match up, you could just easily put the correct color right there on the front. So we'll do R2. And that gives us our solved pink 2x2x2. Final special case is going to look very much like the one that we just did. So we've got the solved white pieces there. We've got the first yellow pair right up here, and I'm about to do an R2 in order to put the first yellow pair down here for safekeeping. And when we do that R2, now we're looking for the final 2 pink pieces to be up here, hopefully, but we see nothing but purple as far as the eye can see. Where are the other 2 pink pieces? Oh no, they're down here. Let's do an R2 again. So when we did R2 to bring this solved yellow pair downstairs, the other two pink pieces, coincidentally, because I artificially just set it up a second ago, went downstairs as well. And so obviously that's no good for us. We can't access them when they're down there. So this is exactly the same algorithm as the one that I just showed you in the previous special case, but it's even easier. We don't have the extra step in the beginning that we did before. So what I need to do is separate these two pink pieces from the solved pieces. And we're going to do that by doing an RKT turn. I just really want to turn these middle two layers here 180 degrees to get these pieces away from these pieces. But I don't want to do that right now because that'll mess up white. So as usual, we attach white to the top cube like that. Again, we're going to do a 180 degree turn of these middle two layers. So let's do 3 layers first, and then 1 layer, 180 degrees. And we have accomplished separating the solved pink pair from the final 2 yellow pink pieces. I'd like to do an R2 to put this guy right back down, but that's no good right now because that would mess up the white. So first we put white on the left-hand side, then we do our R2. And now it's down here for safekeeping. And we've got our 2 yellow pink pieces up here to solve. And now I'll solve this final yellow pink pair just to give you one more example of how this works. So I'm going to treat this guy right here as being solved. Yellow there, orange there, green there. That's my bottom yellow layer. And I need to put this guy next to it. Where does it go? Does it go here or does it go here? Well, if it's not obvious to you, you can look at the color that we've already solved. So we've already done yellow, red right there. So it's going to be the opposite to red, the orange that we're focused on. So that orange is going to dictate that this orange needs to match right there. And we can put it there in 2 turns. It's going to be a U prime, puts it here, and then R prime. Just like that. Undoing. And now we'll do those 2 turns legally. So we attach the white stickers, U prime, 3 layers, U with 1 layer, and then reattaching the white to the right-hand side, R prime with 3 layers, R with 1 layer. And now we've got our solved yellow-orange pair. Let's get this guy in a good spot, white on the left. I need this solved pair to be on the bottom, just like that. And then we need to take the pair that we just solved right there and put it face up. This looks like a solved pair, but it's not. That's purple. So this is our solved pink, yellow, orange pair. Put it on the top on the left, yellow face up. We do an R2. Matches these guys together. Put this one over here so that when we do R2, the yellows go there. Is it going to work out? No. We've got green here, which means that when we do an R2, it's going to be the blues that show up right there. So let's put the blues right there. And then R2, and we've got our solved pink 2x2x2. So if you want to practice this step, you take your solved 2x2x2x2, you rotate the 2 cubes independently of each other. You can do any 180 degree turn of any long face, and then you can do any axial twist. For example, rotate 3 this way and 1 the opposite direction, and you can just keep doing combinations of those turns right there. You can do any of the 4 turns that we've talked about, except you can't do the gyro because the gyro would interchange the outside stickers and the up-down stickers. And we want to make sure that when we do step number 2 here, practicing what we learned in this video, that we have only pinks and purples on the outside. Thanks so much for watching.